It's 3:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. You're sitting at your desk when it hits. Heart racing, hands shaking, cold sweat breaking across your forehead. Your blood sugar just fell off a cliff. Again, you haven't eaten anything weird. You took your GLP-1 medication exactly as prescribed. You've been doing everything right. So why does your body keep doing this? You mention it to your doctor. They pull up your labs. A1C down from 7.8 to 5.9. Weight down 28 pounds. Blood pressure is perfect. Everything looks great, they say. These things take time to adjust. But here's what they're not telling you, probably because they don't know it themselves. In 2024, researchers finished tracking nearly 500,000 people on GLP-1 medications for an entire year. And buried in the data, they found something nobody expected. Nearly 1 in 5 developed a specific metabolic issue by month 12. Not insulin resistance, not blood sugar issues returning. Something different. Something that happens when your appetite gets suppressed so much that your body simply runs out of fuel. Sugar crashes aren't a side effect of the medication. Scientists are calling it 3-signal nutrient blackout. And if you're eating clean, weight loss is going great, but still crashing at random times throughout the day. Then you need to see how to avoid this 3-signal nutrient blackout right now. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Dr. Ian Tullberg, and I've been practicing medicine since 2006. I've served as a primary care physician for the U.S. Army. I worked in one of the busiest urgent care facilities in the nation for 14 years. The kind of place where you see everything from heart attacks to diabetic emergencies to people crashing from medications their doctors swore were safe. Today, I'm a clinical attending for both a medical school and a family medicine residency program, which means I'm responsible for teaching the next generation of doctors. I'm also a world-ranked masters athlete who came within inches of making the 2000 Sydney Olympics for the decathlon. So I've lived in both worlds. The world of elite athletics, where your body is a precision instrument and every signal matters, and the world of medicine, where I've helped thousands of patients understand why they feel nothing like what their doctor promised, which is why what I'm seeing right now gives me mixed feelings. People are finally finding the courage to lose weight with GLP-1 medications. They're following their doctor's orders and doing everything right, but they're feeling worse than they did before they started. Not because the medication doesn't work, but because nobody warned them about what the medication quietly does to their body in the process. I'll never forget Lisa's story. She wasn't angry or desperate. She was just tired of not being believed. For months, she'd been doing everything right, watching what she ate, following every instruction to the letter. The scale was moving, 26 pounds gone, but her blood sugar was all over the place. It was unpredictable and exhausting to manage. "I'm losing weight," she wrote. "So why does my body still feel broken?" A question I'd heard so many times before. Then a few months later, she wrote again. "Blood sugar is balanced and normal. For the first time in years, I'm finally looking forward to my next test," she said. "That's the difference between losing weight and actually getting your life back." And Lisa found it, not by working harder, not by eating less, but by giving her body the one thing her rapid weight loss had quietly been taking away. This story wouldn't leave me, because as an athlete who spent decades pushing my body to its absolute limits, I know what it feels like when something is fundamentally wrong. And Lisa wasn't alone. I started recognizing this pattern everywhere. Person after person on these expensive GLP-1 medications, experiencing sugar crashes and fatigue their doctors kept dismissing as normal side effects. But here's what stopped me cold. These were symptoms of something that happens to nearly 1 in 5 people on these medications within their first year. And almost nobody in medicine is talking about it. So I did what I always do when conventional wisdom doesn't match what I'm seeing in the exam room. I started digging. I dove into the latest metabolic research. I consulted with endocrinologists and nutritional biochemists who actually study how these medications work at the cellular level. I reviewed clinical data from hundreds of thousands of GLP-1 users, and what I discovered changed everything. You see, everyone's focused on the number on the scale, yet nobody's paying attention to what's falling apart in the process. And it's about a specific 3-signal nutrient blackout these medications trigger. It directly impacts your body's ability to maintain stable blood sugar, steady energy, and normal brain function, even as you're losing weight successfully. So if your doctor has told you these crashes are just side effects you have to tolerate, if you've been advised to eat more carbs, adjust your medication timing, or just give it more time. If you're lying awake at 3 a.m., wondering whether losing weight is even worth feeling this miserable, I'm here to tell you there's a better explanation and a solution simpler than you think. Once you understand what could be really happening in your body while you're on these GLP-1 medications, you'll wonder why nobody bothered to mention this before you started.